praise and adoration to him as always. And I will, of course, should I say, unfailingly pray in the language of heaven. Some may misunderstand, some of them may try to misconstrue, but one thing is certain right now, in the presence of the Almighty God, Elohim, Adonai, El Shaddai in heaven, the angels are singing, worshiping, and praising the Most High with the very oldest language on the face of this very earth, the Igbo language. And that's how I'm going to pray. Ezi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa ma bụ onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye ọ bụla ya na-achị, onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-erubere isi, onye ọ bụla ya bụ ọkaka ụbọchị onye ka anyị na-etuga eze ebube dị ngọzi, mmalite na ọgwụgwụ, ndị gboo wee tụọ oge ebighị ebi, onye nwe m ụmụ gị wee gbakọọ n'ụwa niile iwe na ozi ọma nke gị onwe gị n'ezi ha site n'ọnụ mmadụ dị ndụ na nke ebere dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-asị na onwe ihe ọbụla nke anyị nwe anyị bụ n'ihi na ọ bụ anụkpa ahụ sọsọ ka mmadụ dị ndụ bụ ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ, maka na okwu nsọ gị na-adịghị ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, n'ihi na okwu gị niile ga-abịarịrị na mmezu. Ọ bịa nwere Biafra ga-eji wee bịa na mgbe nke anyị. Anyị wee na-akpọkụ wee na-arịọ gị na-asị lekwa ude nke anyị na-asụ n'akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka o metụta gị n'obi. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, biko m dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt kocha wee wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbe ekwensu bụ zuu nke mmadụ dị ndụ kere. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị, wee nye gị nsọpụrụ ụtọ na-eji ama mgbe niile, n'ihi na anyị nweghị ịchọ ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị nwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị. Ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nsọgbụkwụ anyị niile. Ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa ngwụrọgwụ n'ụwa niile. Anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ dị ndụ. Anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, sị gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị na-efe nwanya bụ isi ala nye ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu. Anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija mma, na-asị lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasịsi wee baa ha ọnụ, ha wee daa hapụghị ikonye ọzọ. Obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala ọgwa n'ihi eze ebube dị ngọzi. Anya ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkọ ha nsọ gị, na-asị na enweghị iche ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị, na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana nwere onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị ebi mmadụ onye nke a na-ajọ gị. Ise ise ise. Having handed over our proceedings to heaven, we must therefore proceed unfailingly and very speedily to preach this very gospel that we have been mandated to preach this very day.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're connecting from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much and remain blessed. Remember, in this channel, we talk about the situation of the contraption called Nigeria, the subjugation and the intimidation of the indigenous tribe in that contraption called Nigeria. That is what we speak about. We speak about the freedom of mainly the Biafrans, the Oduduans, and the Middle Belters. It is not all well, and we cannot stop talking because they are always pushing false information on the media. The conventional media and the international media are not telling us what we are supposed to know, and they are always trying to push false information. We will not allow those false information to fly. One of the false informations that we are going to debunk today is the false information that CNN brought forward. When you see all this media, sometimes we don't take note of the way they report issues. That is why the media is very strong. If you're not careful, they will mislead you. When you see CNN reporting the abduction of the kidnap of Kanu, the way they reported it, most of the Biafrans were so happy that the report was made. I was happy also that the report was made. But why is it that they cannot speak the truth, say it the way it is? Why is it that they cannot put the record straight and say it exactly the way it happened? CNN in their report said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was extradited to Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was never extradited to Nigeria. He wasn't extradited to Nigeria. Why is it that it is so hard for this media to say the truth? Why is it so hard for them to say the truth? The simple truth about the issue is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya. After the kidnap, without committing any offense, he has not committed any crime in Kenya. He has not committed any crime against them. Kenya kidnapped our student Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. After kidnapping him, they sent him to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition. It wasn't extradition. In extradition, there will be a hearing in the court. There has to be a hearing in the court. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will make his case. He will have his lawyers to represent him. After the hearing, if he loses the case, then he will be sent to Nigeria. That is how extradition is done. CNN know very well that this is how it's been done. Everybody knows that this is how it is. Why is it that These people took Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They never took him to court. They even denied of knowing about his whereabouts. Kenya government initially were denying, even though they never come to any talk, they denied that they did not know anything that has to do with the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And somebody is coming on the media to report that he was extradited. He was never extradited to Nigeria. He wasn't. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the real truth is that he was kidnapped in Kenya, in a country where he went for an appointment. He did not commit any crime. He went with his British passport. He didn't have any Nigerian passport with him. He had a British passport with him. He has denounced Nigerian passport long ago. Since the time he was being abducted, he wanted to kill him and he escaped from Nigeria. He never had any Nigerian passport any longer. He never had another Nigerian passport. The passport he's using to travel is UK passport as a UK citizen. With all this, they kidnapped him in Kenya with UK passport, a UK citizen, and sent him to another foreign country, which is Nigeria, a foreign country to him. They sent him there through extraordinary rendition. He was not extradited, because if it was through extradition, even UK would have come, sent a lawyer to stand on his behalf to hear the case. They didn't do so, but they frame all manner of lie, and the media is helping them to push all this narrative. We say no to that. That is why we come online all the time to debunk their information. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not extradited. He was sent to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition. That's not alone. A lot of evil was committed against him. He never committed any crime. Even before he left Nigeria, he never jumped bail. When he was detained the first time, he never jumped bail. He did not jump bail. He was going to court to answer his case. 4 days to the court, they sent military to go to his house to kill him. The video is there on social media. Up to today, the video is still available. Military went to his house to kill him. In the process, they killed 28 people in his house. Luckily for him, he escaped. They were not able to kill him. All glory to Chukwu Kabiam. He escaped for his life. He ran away for his life. The next time we saw him was in Israel. From Israel, we saw him again in UK. That was what happened. He escaped for his life because they didn't want him to come to court to defend himself. They only wanted to kill him for committing no crime whatsoever. That is the truth, and that is what happened. Exactly what they are doing to Igboho as we speak now. Sunday Igboho now is being held in Benin Republic against his will. Sunday Igboho has not committed any crime. Sunday Igboho has not killed anybody. Sunday Igboho was not invited by the DSS or police anywhere in Nigeria. They only rose up one day, sent assassins to go assassinate him in his house. They could not beat him. In the process, 2 people were killed in his house. After they have tried, they could not kill him. They came back now to issue a warrant of arrest on his head. Sunday Igboho left Nigeria trying to secure himself. On getting to Benin Republic, he was being arrested. He never committed any crime against Benin Republic. Initially, Benin Republic was telling us that he was being held to secure him for his own security. But that is the lie. If you are holding him, allow him to proceed to where he's going, which is Germany. He can secure himself. He didn't come to seek asylum in Benin Republic. He's just passing. But Nigerian government have used Benin Republic to hold Sunday Igboho and send him to prison in Benin Republic. Not just the Nigerian government, and elites in the southwestern part of Nigeria are in connivance with this. That is when you see politicians, those who call themselves elites in the southern part of Nigeria, you need to spit on them. They are all evil men, bunch of evil men, greedy men who care about themselves and they never care about anybody else. They care about themselves. All the elite you see in the southern part of Nigeria, they are a bunch of evil men. They can never stand for their own. They are in their post where they are for their own selfish interest, to satisfy themselves, to cover up their evil deed, to cover up their loot, and loot as much as they can for themselves and their families. That is why you don't support them. You don't have to participate in anything they are doing. You can see now they are preparing for election. They are pushing all manner of lies out there. Pushing all manner of lies out there. That was why the southeastern part of Nigeria, mainly the most devilish politicians we have in Nigeria is from the southeastern part of Nigeria. They never stand for their people for once, at all time. Even when the whole southern governors came together to enact a law against open grazing, a governor in the southeast woke up and said that he's not part of it. Who puts on them man? Walked away from the agreement and said he's not part of it, driving his own way because he wants to satisfy his masters. This is what we see in the southeastern part of Nigeria. And that not only that, he is now inviting Muhammadu Buhari, who has killed his people, jailed his people, to come and open what? To come and inaugurate what? To come and do what in Imo State? To come and laugh on the grave of the innocent people you have killed. A lot of Igbos, Biafrans are in detention today. A lot of Biafrans are in detention today. Nobody is speaking for them. Nobody is making case for them. Not the Johannes and Igbo, not the politicians, not the so-called politicians, not anybody speaking up for them. They are just there on their own. You go to all the prisons in the country, they are filled up with Biafrans. Nobody is speaking for them. Innocent people. They have not killed anybody. They have not kidnapped anybody. They did not see them with arms. They were only saying that they need self-determination. They are only calling for referendum for them to decide their fate. That is why they have been detained. And you want me to keep quiet and begin to listen to these bastards. No politician in Nigeria deserves your mercy. None of them deserve our cooperation. That's why we say no election. Standing for Anambra election, it doesn't matter the propaganda they will bring. There will be no election in Anambra State. You cannot impose another Fulani Janjaweed on us in Anambra State, just like they did in Imo State. Today you see what is happening in Imo State. This is what is playing out in all parts of the country. If you are not ready to play the script of the Janjaweed, if you are not ready to play the script of Ottoman Danfodio, you cannot have any post in Nigeria. You can't have any post, except you are willing to dance their tune. You see that very foundation that Ahmadu Bello have led, that foundation that Ottoman Danfodio led, handed it over to Ahmadu Bello. Ahmadu Bello led the same foundation. That is what is going on from hand to hand. I will play that video of Ahmadu Bello again if you have forgotten. Listen to that video. The more you listen to that video, the more you get insight on what is happening in Nigeria. We play so many videos so that you can be able to replay your mind on what is happening. When Ottoman Danfodio in that very video, what he said, listen.
One thing I've noticed, Premier, while I've been here, is that Northerners seem to have, I might almost call it, obsession about the Igbos. Could you perhaps explain that to me?
Well, the Igbos are more or less the type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area. If you put them in a labor camp as a laborer, within a year they will try to emerge as headman of that camp, and so on. Well, in the past, our people were not alive to their responsibilities, because you can see from our Northernization policy that in 1952, when I came here, there weren't 10 Northerners in our civil service here. Then I tried to have it Northernized, and now all important posts are being held by Northerners.
Is this policy of filling all key posts in the North solely with Northerners and not with other Nigerians a temporary or a permanent one?
In actual fact, what it is a Northerner first. If you can't get a Northerner, then we take an expatriate like yourself on contract. If we can't, then we can employ another Nigerian, but on contract too. This is going to be permanent, I should say, as far as I can foresee, because it will be rather dangerous to see the number of boys who are now turning from all our learning institutions, coming out with having no work to do. I'm sure whichever government of the day might be, it will feel rather embarrassed, and it might even lead to bloodshed.
Doesn't this damage the idea, sir, of all people in all regions in Nigeria being fellow citizens of one country?
Well, it might, but you are, new to our region, but how many Northerners are employed in the East or in the West? The answer is no. And if there are, there may be 10 laborers employed only in the two regions.
What Bello said was mostly true. The Easterners at that time were the most progressive Nigerians. They were in top positions all across government, and with Ironsi and Easterner in power, the Northern fear was that the East would dominate Nigeria forever.
If you listen very carefully, you hear him say, he talked about Northernization. He talked about Northernization. The Northernization he meant there is not a simple language. That Northernization is one thing that every Northerner is holding hand strong, very, very strong. Every Fulani Janjaweed in the north is holding strong on that very Northernization language. That is the only language they understand in their politics. In everything they are doing, when they talk about one Nigeria, what they mean by their own one Nigeria is Northernization. That is why you have to be ashamed of yourself when you call yourself a one Nigerianist. Anybody from the southern part of Nigeria calling him or herself a one Nigerianist should be ashamed of himself. Each time you call yourself a Nigerian, a one Nigerian, you are actually calling yourself, making yourself part of the Northernization of that very contraption. Northernization of Nigeria. That is the agenda they are pushing forward. That is why they want to Islamize the country, to cement it and Fulanize the country. I remember he said, they will not employ anybody. If they cannot see a foreigner, if they cannot see anybody, they will employ a foreigner. Even if they want to put somebody in the country, it will be on contract. They want to be in charge of everything. That is their plan. They have been planning this thing, going ahead with it until when it has come to the state of Buhari. Buhari cannot wait any longer, and that is the last man they have. Buhari is the last hope and the last man they have who they feel can be able to win a vote. They want to use that opportunity to make sure that they dip their Quran into the sea. It is not a joke. It's not a mere hearsay. This is the truth, nothing but the truth. Without being politically correct, if you are from the southern part of Nigeria and you are supporting election in that very country, you are equally supporting Northernization. If you are supporting politics in Nigeria, you are supporting Northernization. And if you don't support Northernization, there is no way you can be successful in politics. You can never be anybody in politics in Nigeria unless you support Northernization. That is why you must have to ask out of this very contraption. It doesn't mean well for you. It doesn't mean well for any indigenous tribe in that contraption called Nigeria, more especially people from the southern part of Nigeria. The Janjaweed don't mean well for you. The only way you can succeed is when you get out of that country and have a country of your own. Build a nation that you're proud of, where you can be able to manage your resources, grow at your own speed. Grow at your own speed. Apart from that, you will continue to go backward, and the country will be worse every day. It can never get better. If anybody is dreaming of a better Janjaweed government one day, a better Nigeria one day, it can never ever happen. That is the truth, but the bitter truth. We have to say it the way it is. It's left for you to either accept it or leave it, but the truth remains the truth. Thank God for Wasuni Namazi Kanu, who has educated so many people, lectured most of us, and today we can be able to stand on our own and speak the word the way it is without looking back. The truth is that each time you go to a polling booth to vote, you are supporting Northernization. Each time you call yourself a one Nigerianist, you are supporting Northernization. It is not for you. It's not for your own benefit. The time you begin to ask for Biafra as a Southeasterner or ask for Oduduwa as a Southwesterner, that is when you begin to realize your own identity. That is when you begin to think about your own self. That is when you begin to talk about security. Without that, there would never be any security in any part of the country. They are ready to kill you. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it. Since 2015, have been shouting today. What he has predicted is happening, and more is coming. May Chukwu Okike bless Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He has taught a lot of people. He has educated so many of us. His messages are out there. Do not look down on any message you see and you hear the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Listen carefully. Every single word you hear from his mouth has an impact in your life. It has a role to play in your life. It has a role to play on how you're going to survive in the contraption called Nigeria. That is why I urge you to continue to listen to his messages. Don't say it's an old message. There is no message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is old. Even in years to come, we will play them over and over and we'll continue to learn it. Before I go, I have to play again another message of Asuna Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for you to be energized and for you to be focused, strengthened. Let us listen to our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, His Excellency.
I read a very interesting post, something I used to talk about many years ago. Do you know our sisters are not getting married back home? How many of you know that? If your sister gets married, you even throw your own private party. Am I lying? Am I lying? Not that we don't have men. They are either in the dust dunes of the Sahara Desert, at the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea trying to cross into Europe, or they're in prison, heaven knows where around the world. If we continue this way, our way of life, our people, our trace, our culture will disappear forever and ever. So what IPOB is doing concerns each and everybody here. Then I'm going to raise you complete and utter truth. In IPOB, I hide nothing from this very great family. You are you are too important. All over the world, the talk is of IPOB. Everywhere you go to is IPOB. Everywhere you go to is IPOB. Because we are very, very special. We are the children of light. Without us, Africa will remain poor forever and ever. Have you seen South Africa these days? Huh? South Africa is fast becoming like Nigeria now. Don't you know that? You don't know? We are the only hope of Africa. Biafra is the only hope, in fact, for every black man on the face of this very earth. So I tell those fighting against IPOB, fighting against the restoration of Biafra, please, you're doing yourself a great disservice. Because Biafra is actually fighting for your liberation as well. We don't want anybody's land. We don't want anybody's resources. All we are asking for is to be left alone, to worship Chukwuka Biama in the land of our ancestors, as our ancestors did before the white man came. That all honor and glory may belong to Chukwuka Biama, now and forevermore.
After hearing the voice of Asuna Mazi Kanu, I must tell you, I am stronger than ever, energized more than ever, and there is no going back. There is no going back. May Chukwuka Biama continue to guide and protect Asuna Mazi Kanu. May Chukwuka Biama continue to strengthen Asuna Mazi Kanu. May Chukwuka Biama continue to give Asuna Mazi Kanu good health, strengthen him, give him more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Send his angels to give word to him so that he can pass to us. And we will now walk towards it and walk into Biafra in unity, in strength, and nobody can stop us. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from, and remember, bye bye. See you again on the next video.